Just help me through it. So.
Sounds good. Let's see. Then let us. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the review first or the assignment? Or do you want to do the assignment 14 and then the review for the test?
No, that's what Josh just asked. Start the assignment right away or go through the review first?
I'm all for just getting the lesson out of the way first and then going over the.
Yeah, knocking that out first.
That sound good? Alright. Let's do it.
I hate that we have a lesson the same week we have a test. Like, I hate it.
Yeah, it's not fun at all.
Sucks. I hate it.
Okay. So let's start with number 3. So in an ANOVA hypothesis test, we reject HO when there is sufficient evidence to indicate that at least one mean is different from the others. True. Josh.
True.
Okay. What requirements need to be checked when performing an ANOVA hypothesis test? I would say B and C. Is normally distributed and the variances are equal. Okay, so 5, to check if each group is normally distributed, do the following. That's the whole QQ plot thing, isn't it?
It's the QQ, isn't it?
Okay, we assume the variance in each group is the same if the following happens. So variance for each group is smaller. See, that one's the 4 times one, isn't it? The largest variance is less than 4 times the smallest variance. Double check the wiki real quick, make sure I'm right.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yep, for variances, requirement is checked if the largest variance is less than or equal to variance. We will conclude the variances are equal.
Less than 4 times. Okay. Okay.
How much? That's not that much paper.
What?
So that's not that much.
It's a lot of paper. It's this whole stack.
You say a whole ream of paper is like $3.
Where do you figure this out? I don't know.
Okay, let's see, number 7.
I struggle.
So an ANOVA hypothesis test is equivalent to conducting independent 2-sample t-tests between every pair of samples. If there are 3 samples, there are 3 pairs. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. How many pairs are there when 4 samples?
Because it's like so much good. So many things. So busy with paper. Oh no, see, I
That's 6, right? So you have 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4. 6. Okay. Soccer shoes data.
See, my OC is like that cutting board in there, it's the same. It's buttons. It's like sticking out, and I just want to go like flatten it down. So seriously, like having noticed that I really the dishes, I put them on the side. I know because that's the same. And this is not the same country. You're on the dishes full, like that's the same thing. But I like that.
Okay.
As a mom, it doesn't like he puts in bread, like banana bread, and he'll have the last piece. Like there was this much left, cut it like in zigzags, just to take me off. I'm gonna find out which of our kids has a food to their food. It just makes me like nervous. No, he went to work. Can I use his laptop? His laptop? Isn't that what he uses for that? Yeah.
Okay, I also have mine up. It's just like, so what?
Sorry, I just said I was working on mine right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm loading the soccer shoes data right now.
To Walmart to buy my shoes.
Hey, Kenzie.
Oh, thanks.
So just stick a knife like in the middle and go from one end to the other, like towards the center of it. Make sure that nothing comes out straight in, straight out. Just like brownies.
Yeah, that's okay. Hold on. Well, if you go to your college, your college, the major, they do it in food graph plan for you. And they don't do it. No, they're such buttons. Oh my god. But this is just what I do. And they're fast. And we're just okay. Like, oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate versions.
Okay, 0.309.
Don't
Let me check.
let me go. I'm so sorry. It's okay.
It's asking for the p value.
If I'm not kidding, then I say you said you were not looking
Yep, I agree.
Wait, 0.309? So I got. What? Yes.
Okay. So the p-value always goes up when only one group is removed compared to the p-value when all 6 samples are included.
but I'm not trying to do that. You know my waist is pretty small.
I would say false. Let's find out.
I don't know.
They have those like little like those bodycon things that look like teen tops. I'm just gonna buy one of those. See, it's real. Real, R-E. Yeah.
Yeah, that's false. So if you delete individual ones, some of it goes to like 0.8, others just 0.02. It's like it changes both ways. It doesn't go up each time you delete one.
Oh, that's because it was on the church. So RIELA period MOLAL. MALEO8 Yeah.
Okay, come back. Yeah, I got the same as Josh.
You did too.
Great. Okay. So let's see, when 6 samples are used, what is the minimum for the smallest variance? Be in variable 3, so 27.208.
Yeah. 2, 0. Okay.
Same question, but maximum.
Maximum would be variables. Are we supposed to use 6 variables on this or just 5?
We're supposed to use all 6.
Okay, just
No, all
making.
6 variables.
Okay.
And I have this
Okay, I've got my variable 4.
What?
I have variable 4, which is 53.158.
Thank you.
This is your audit. Yeah, you did this. Can I try again? Is it possible?
Is that what your shows, Macy?
Yep.
Save it as PDF. Yeah. Send it again. Because I was able to preview it.
Okay. So the test for equal variances is satisfied for these data. True. Construct a QQ plot for each of the 6 samples. It's based on what QQ plots. That is going to take it. And if you guys want to split it up, I can do 1 and 2. One of you guys want to do 3 and 4, and the other 5 and 6.
Sure.
Okay, that's it.
We're just going to calculate. So you remember the rule for the variances. It was if the largest variance is less than or equal to 4 times the smallest variance. So the smallest is 29.
Mm-hmm.
So 29 times 4 is 116. So as long as it's under 116, it satisfies the rule of the variances.
Okay. The data.
Okay, so the first one looks normal. And I almost have the second one. Second one looks normal too. Hey, if you're
Fine.
okay, so that one will be true because they're all normal. So the test statistic for an ANOVA hypothesis test is an F statistic. Is the p-value the area to the right or the left of the F statistic? I don't remember that one. Okay, it's to the right. It's right skewed.
Oh yeah, I just watched a video on that.
All right, shall we submit? Woohoo. Okay, on to review.
Yuck. I hate reviews.
All right.
Do we need to do a separate group meeting thing?
That's what I'm checking, but there's nowhere to really post one.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Okay. So yeah, let's just keep it on the same one. We'll post it all in the 14 group collaboration because there's not one for the exam.
Okay.
Okay, so should we just start? Should we open the quiz and just go through it, or should we go through it and then open the quiz and do it?
We can open it. I don't care. I'll do whatever.
Okay. Any preference, Josh? Okay. And open. Okay. Let's see. All right. So given a 90% confidence interval, 4,505 mean heart rate, which of the following is the best interpretation for this confidence interval?
Oh,
Yeah, 1 second, I'll be right back.
we are 90% confident that the true mean heart rate is between 45 and 105. It's that one.
Okay. What did you say for that one?
It's the confidence one, isn't it?
We are.
Mean heart. Yeah.
Okay, researchers at the University of Mississippi wanted to determine whether the reaction time in seconds to go, no, go stimulus of males differed from that of females. The researchers randomly selected 20 females and 15 males to participate. The go, no, go stimulus required the students to respond to a particular stimulus and not to respond to the other stimulus. So the researchers decided to construct a confidence interval to determine if the difference of the means is significant, to determine whether this confidence interval would be reliable. They create 2 plots of both random samples and see if they are approximately normal. Are the requirements for constructing a confidence interval satisfied? Why or why not? So,
Yeah, just call me back. I'll help you. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I forgot the cake.
it's okay.
Are you still meeting?
Already.
Are you covering it?
No, notes and.
Oh, so we can see me. Awkward.
Um,
The sample size is large enough because it's more than 30.
I would say yes.
The normal one?
The distribution of the mean of each sample is normal since the data has been determined to be normal.
That's what I thought it was too.
Because it says that it's approximately normal through the QQ plots.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So, of the 4 types of confidence intervals listed below, which one is inappropriate for this experiment? So that would be confidence interval of different means using independent samples, because male stimulus doesn't affect female.
Female, yeah.
Does that sound right?
Researcher is interested. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. A researcher is interested in estimating the savings account balance of customers at a large bank. She obtains the savings account balance of a random sample of 30 customers. A 95% confidence interval for the mean savings account balance of bank customers is found to be that. Which of the following would produce a confidence interval with a smaller margin of error than the 95% confidence interval?
Smaller margin of error, then need more samples. So balance of 90 bank customers rather than 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Factory makes propeller drive shafts for ships. A quality assurance engineer at the factory needs to estimate the true mean length of the shafts. She randomly selects 4 drive shafts made at the factory, measures their lengths, and finds the sample mean to be 1,000 millimeters. The lengths are known to follow a normal distribution whose standard deviation is 2 millimeters. Calculate a 95% confidence interval for the true mean length of the shafts.
I'll lay this down. Oh, you need help right now?
Either of you guys get an answer?
Huh? Just my hands in it.
There you go. Ooh.
I don't know.
Shoes. Wallet for the shoes. Oh, my keys. Keys. That's it. You can help me bring my shoes. Are you need help with? Yeah, like here. I know I don't think of this, so. Thanks, Eric. See you later, Sean.
See ya.
I honestly don't know.
Don't remember? Okay. So, the answer I got was the 998.04 and 1001.96.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to study, but it'll be later tonight and stuff. So I just need to go through everything again before I take this test.
right. Let's see. Oh, no, don't open that. Trying to find what lesson it was in. I can show you. Dun, dun. There it is. So I remember the formulas for margin of errors.
Yeah. Plus or minus and all
That stuff right there.
that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I remember that now.
That's the stuff to go over. It's in the.
Yeah, I remember that now. Okay. Cool.
So that's where all of it's at right there.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay. So, number 7, to assess the accuracy of a laboratory scale, a standard weight that is known to weigh 1 gram is repeatedly weighed a total of n times. And the mean of the weighings is computed. Suppose the scale readings are normally distributed with unknown mean and standard deviation 0.01. How large should n be so that a 95% confidence interval has a margin of error of plus or minus 0.0001? Oh.
expensive heavy dress. Feel lucky I'm not pricey. If it has like a 2 in front of it, it's usually 2 credits. If it has a 3, it's 3, right?
Typically.
For religion classes, they're always 2, aren't they?
Some of them are. Either of you guys have an answer? So I'm working backwards.
Yeah. So the ME, okay.
Because I can't really do it. But we can skip it and come back to it. More time to look it up and whatnot. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So number 8. The mean several thousand apartments in new development is advertised to be 1,250 square feet. A tenant group thinks that the apartments are smaller than advertised. They hire an engineer to measure a random sample of apartments to test their suspicion. The appropriate null alternate hypothesis are blank. Smaller than the alternative would be less than, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So null is equal to and alternative is less than.
Yeah.
Okay. So 9, we say that data are typically significant at the level of significance if p-value is less than 8, right? So if it's greater than is when you reject or fail to reject or whatnot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A group of statistics students want to determine if students in some apartment building get better grades than students in other apartment buildings. They collect GPAs from an anonymous random sample of size 15 from each of 4 different apartment buildings. The data of each apartment building are bell-shaped with no outliers, and the sample standard deviations are nearly equal. Can they use an ANOVA hypothesis test to answer these questions? Mm, I don't know.
Yes. It specifies that it's bell-shaped and there's no outliers. So that would qualify for ANOVA.
Okay. Okay. A medical researcher is working on a new treatment for a certain type of cancer. The average survival time after diagnosis for the standard treatment is 2 years. So the null hypothesis is the average survival time after diagnosis and the same of the new treatment and the standard treatment. In an early trial, am I skipping words? No. No, weird. In an early trial, she tries the new treatment on 3 subjects who have an average survival time after diagnosis of 4.5 years. Even though the sample is small, the results are statistically significant at the 0.05 significance level. Consequently, she rejects the null hypothesis. If, in a future study, it is determined that the new treatment does not increase the mean survival time in the population of all patients with a particular type of cancer. The researcher has. Ooh.
Type 1 when you reject the null when you're not supposed to.
Wait, say that again.
So, even though the sample is small, the results statistically, so she rejects the null, right?
So that means it's a type 1?
Hmm?
The type 1 error then?
Yeah, so it'd be a type 1.
Cool. When you reject the null. Okay. Okay.
Alright. Okay. So, 12, if the level of significance alpha is made very small, thereby making the probability of committing a type 1 error very small, what happens to the probability of committing a type 2 error? So, if you reduce committing a type 1 error, we increase committing a type 2.
Yeah, I was going to say one goes up, the other goes down.
Yes.
Okay. The nicotine content in cigarettes of a certain brand is normally distributed with mean in milligrams U and a known standard deviation. The brand advertises that the mean nicotine content in cigarettes is 1.5, but measurements on a random sample of 100 cigarettes the brand give a sample mean of 1.53. Is this evidence that the mean nicotine content is actually higher than the advertised? Answer this test hypothesis.
Hmm. So you'd reject the null.
Yeah. This one talks about comparing females and males, so when it be an independent sample t-test. Oh, sorry. Josh was typing.
So yeah, with this one, there's an evidence you reject the null. So that's all part of the, what was it, inference for one mean, lesson 9, hypothesis testing. You plug it in the formulas and stuff. Whole z x bar minus the u over sigma divided by the square root of n. You guys agree with that one? Reject the null?
Yeah.
Okay. So, 14, you would like to look at the mean number of hours worked for wages per week by male students and female students. You would like a random sample of 100 for each group and test if those means are different. What is the correct statistical procedure? Well, it's between guys and girls, 2 different groups, so it'd be independent samples, wouldn't it?
Yeah. An educator is interested in academic achievement by males and females with similar academic support systems. She decides to use brothers and sisters raised in the same home. Furthermore, she decides to use only brother and sister pairs when they are next to each other in sibling order. Should she use a hypothesis test based on independent or dependent? Dependent?
Okay, that'd be dependent because it says only using brother-sister pairs. So
Yeah.
if you select a brother, compare his academic achievement to his sister, you must also include the sister, would be my answer.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. Okay, yep.
Because if they're dependent on each other, you gotta.
Yeah.
Okay. Soil scientists collected random soil samples from the field and measured the dissolved organic carbon level of each sample. The researchers would like to construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean dissolved organic carbon level in the field. Open the data file, dissolved organic carbon, for questions 16 and 17. Fun. Okay. Yeah, mine out. So it doesn't tell us what sigma is, so I'd say it's the confidence interval when sigma is unknown. Alright, did you guys get an answer for this one? 15. Yep, that's what I got too.
I'm still looking at it. Yeah. A random sample of Hummers for sale in Los Angeles and New York were taken from listings at cars.com. We want to know if there's a difference in mean listing prices between Hummers for sale in Los Angeles and Hummers for sale in New York. Create a 95% confidence interval and true difference of mean listing prices between the two sites. Open the data file, used Hummers LA and NY, use the information to answer these questions.
Yeah, look on that sheet thing online. That's the updated catalog. Oh, that's a lot of data.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh.
But it's between two groups, so it's not a paired sample, but it's a two sample test. So, being that, it would be a confidence interval for independent or different means.
Yeah, what did you say?
So which of the four types? Double checking on the wiki just to make sure.
Okay.
But it should be the difference of means because they're independent samples.
Okay.
Two means, independent samples. Yeah, so using independent samples,
Sure.
difference of means. Um, confidence interval.
Mm.
Okay, they're right. Need me to send it to you, Josh? No, you got it? Uh, let me see here. Either. It's almost 5:30. Okay, either of you guys get confidence.
Oh, sorry, still maybe. It's not reading.
Okay, I got one.
It just is not working and it's driving me nuts.
At the negative 770. At least I think so.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I got too. Finally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay. Many studies have suggested that there is a link between exercise and healthy bones. Exercise stresses bones, and this causes them to get stronger. One study examined the effect of jumping on the bone density of growing rats. There were three groups, rats that were selected at random for the three groups. A control with no jumping, a low jump group, jump weight height was 30 centimeters, and a high jump group, 60 centimeters. After 8 weeks of 10 jumps per day, 5 days per week, the bone density of rats was measured. The rats were selected at random for the three groups. Researchers would like to determine if the mean level of bone density are different between the three. So with the last one, it threw me off at first. Groups. It has listed the mileage and the price. So the question was asking for listing prices. So you make sure you do just the prices for each of the two cities. Because I was putting the wrong data in together. That's my problem.
Okay.
If I kind of help her.
Mm-hmm.
Looks weird with what? Okay, scroll over to the left data table. Let me pull mine up. Yeah, so your data ranges are up. Here, just a sec. Share my screen, I'll show you. Entire screen. Okay. So they had the price right here, so you take all of that data to Los Angeles, post it here in variable 1, and then from New York down, post it in column 2. And it comes out with confidence interval there.
There isn't anything on your screen, Trevor.
There's what?
There isn't anything on your screen.
Really?
No, for me or Josh.
You guys don't see any of that?
No, I just see a blue icon.
Does that work any better?
Nope. It's just a little blue icon.
Why? That's weird. Okay. Okay, does that work?
Nope.
Dum-da-dum. Okay, let me try one more time. Do. Does that one show?
Nope.
That is really weird. I don't know why. Huh. That thing's being dumb. But, so starting ranges should be in column 1 and in column 2. So that should be the starting ranges at the very top of the variables, and it should go down. So we got, for Los Angeles, it starts the Hummer H3 for $38,000 right there. So you look in column D is the prices. There you go. So straight down from there as soon as New York starts, which is at the 4,600 or 46,000, and then straight down. So you paste both of those into the Excel document, and it'll come up. All right, so we got it. Make a little bit more sense. Right on. All right, you guys ready for the bone density stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I've already got the data up. Do you guys?
You what?
I already have the data up. Do you guys have it ready?
Yeah, I have it.
So, with there being 3 different groups, I'd say it's an ANOVA test.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, plug it in to ANOVA. What are you guys getting for the test statistic?
Our only thing is still 7.97.
Yep, that's what I got too.
Okay.
7.97.
Yeah.
And p-value.
Point 0.00.
So which of the following best express the conclusion of the test using level significance of 0.05?
Less than.
Well, with ANOVA, if it's lower, that means there's sufficient evidence that one of the means is different, right?
Right.
So yeah, sufficient to reject the null. So that would be the one of the groups from the bone density of at least one of the other groups.
Yeah.
Okay. So the direct flight costs data, you gotta download. While that's downloading, I'll read the question.
Okay.
Okay. So pressures of supply and demand act directly on the prices of airline ticket. As the seats on the plane begin to fill, the airline raises the price. If seats on a flight do not sell well, the airline may discount the tickets or even cancel the flight. The study was undertaken to determine if there was a difference in the mean cost of an airplane ticket purchased 90 days in advance of a scheduled flight compared to a ticket purchased only 14 days in advance. Data were collected on the cost of a one-way ticket from London Heathrow Airport to a variety of destinations in Europe. The lowest published ticket price of one-way flights from Heathrow to various destinations in Europe was recorded for each scheduled flight 90 days in advance, and then again 14 days in advance. Perform hypothesis test to determine if there's a difference in the cost of the nonstop flights when tickets are purchased 14 days in advance compared to 90 days in advance.
Oh, this was on our homework last week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what is the correct hypothesis test for this situation? If it's comparing the same thing, it's just a dependent sample then, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
How full it is, whatnot. So, calculate the test statistic. So I got 1.685.
Perfect.
Then p-value 0.095.
Yeah.
Well, it rounds up 0.096.
Yeah. .10. It's greater than, so it's oh no, it's less than. Just kidding, guys.
Yeah, this one's set to not equal to. Yeah. I'll start getting ready soon, don't you? So because it's lower than the level of significance. Which one did we say for 27?
Um,
And then yes, we still need to.
there is sufficient evidence to conclude that there is no difference in constitution. What do we need to do? Is it different? So wait, no, that there is a difference, right? Yes.
Yeah, so there is a difference. I agree. Okay, number 7. I don't know if you guys want to sit and try and figure it out, or just take a guess.
I don't care.
Because so I told you I was doing it. I was just plugging those into the formulas. The closest one is the 38,416.
That's what I was thinking too, but
I don't know if I'm putting it in correctly because it doesn't come to the exact answer, but it's the closest out of all of them. I probably got like one little tiny detail off.
totally okay with me.
I use this one. Let me pull it up. I know it's in the wiki, I just can't find exactly where. Okay. Yeah. I found another place where it kind of works through a similar problem, but not the same one. For 6.34. So that kind of works through it. It's the similar one where it's the this plus or minus to get the confidence interval between the two. I want to say it was less than 10. Yeah, so on the wiki it's less than 10. That's where you find it.
Yeah.
That one right there. X bar plus or minus 2 sigma over the square root of n. Oh. Josh is gone. All right, so do we just... we got one wrong.
Mm.
I don't like confidence intervals.
I don't either. I hate those ones.
Yeah. All right, well, do you guys have any other questions?
No, I'm good. Go enjoy your fiance's birthday.
We shall.
Have fun.
Will do. Good luck.